The following segment is sponsored by Graves McLain. Well, if you had an accident that was not your fault, you might want to reach out to a personal injury attorney. Joining us this morning via Skype is attorney Chad McLain with answers to your questions. Good morning, Chad. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So a lot of people may think that, if they're injured in, let's say, a hit and run or a car accident, that you count on the person that has injured you to kind of do the right thing and pony up the money to fix whatever it is that they've destroyed or hurt. But that's not always the case. When is the best time to call an attorney when you've been injured?
So I tell people beforehand to call us as soon as possible. We pride ourselves on the earlier the better. The earlier we're involved in the process, the more we can control the narrative, so to speak, and the dialogue between us and the insurance company. What you brought up is exactly one of the big first questions, and that is, are the other folks insured? Do they have insurance? Because a large percentage of the driving traffic public in Oklahoma are not insured. So that's a problem.
Okay. All right. Well, it's probably a good idea to, like you said, call in a timely period, because a lot of times you have the accident or you fall or whatever the accident may be, and you kind of forget if you wait a few days. So it is best to call as soon as possible so that your memory's still clear, correct?
Yeah, right. So we talk about why and when. So why is because communicating with the insurance company, I liken it to learning a different language, and most people don't do that on a daily basis. Our whole office is set up to communicate with the insurance company. When, like we talked about before, is immediately after the accident. The worst thing that can happen is if you call our office, we would tell you no, right now is not the best time, or call us back in a few days, or call us back in a week. So there's no downside to it. It doesn't cost anything to call us. Free consultations are part of what we do every day, all day long.
Okay, and is there a statute of limitations for things like that? You don't want to wait too long.
There is, that's true. There's a 2-year statute of limitations for negligence in Oklahoma.
Okay, now if you do call, if you want to get an attorney to represent you, how might having an attorney in a case like this against somebody benefit you?
Well, our office has combined about 55, 60 years of experience with the attorneys in the office doing this specific type of law in personal injury law. So the advantage is that you have someone who knows what they're doing and can control the dialogue with the insurance company and give you options. All of the options, so we make sure we make the best decision for your case.
Okay, so it's not always just about the paying for the medical bills, which is great, but if you're going to have long-term injuries or things that are going to require therapy years and years ahead of time, it's another good reason to call.
That's exactly right. So the dynamic is, obviously, the insurance company wants to get done as quick as possible, and sometimes that might not be the best decision for your particular case, because sometimes injuries take a while to manifest themselves. And so you need somebody that's experienced with personal injury law to be able to give you good advice on that. All
right. Well, I appreciate you joining us this morning. Thank you so much, Chad. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
All right. If you'd like more information, if you've been hurt in an accident of any sort, Graves McLain can help you out. 4137 South Harvard Avenue, 918-359-6600. You can look them up online at gravesmclain.com. Also find them on Facebook.